Welcome to another early morning edition of Tao of the Day. Hello, everybody. I am always welcome. I'm always excited. I'm always over the moon about presenting Tao of the Day. This is, I don't know, this is probably going on, I don't know, probably, I think there was 60, probably 100 Tao of the Days almost, if I'm honest. I know last year I did like 60 episodes, and now here I am, like upwards in the 40s. So this is Tao of the Day. Tao of the Day, I invite you to step up and pick a number between 1 and 81. This correlates to chapters of the Tao Te Ching. And when you pick a number, I will read you your number, and then we will talk about what the Tao has for you today. So the Tao Te Ching is an ancient text written about 600 BCE. Pardon me. It is an early morning for me. I'm usually up at this time, but I'm coming on early because I got a flight to catch out to Virginia, and I want to make sure that I'm not rushing out of here. So I want to just give some time to the Tao. So, the Tao Te Ching is an ancient text written in 600 BCE, thereabouts, and that's about the same time scholars believe that the Old Testament was written. So it is considered an ancient text, and it is not a religious text. It is more of a philosophical text. So this is philosophical Taoism as we address it, and the Tao Te Ching, although it translates to a number of different ways, one of the ways that it translates is the canon of reason. And what that means is that if you if you wanted to live a reasonable life, you would read the Tao Te Ching because it is the quintessential book on living a reasonable life. And that's what canon of reason really kind of really boils down to. So if you are interested in picking a number between 1 and 81, why don't you step up and we can talk about your Tao for the day. I'm going to go ahead and pick one, and I don't even have a notebook with me this morning, so give me a moment while I kind of prepare a notebook. There's always one within reach for me. Just kind of one of the things I do. I always have have a pen and piece of paper handy, just because writing things down is you never know when you're going to need to do it. I remember I had a job once, and I continually tried to keep everything on my computer because it was a tech company. I was running the tech aspect of the project management, and then all of a sudden I was like I was trying to do a job in my head and on the line, and for some reason I just wouldn't pick up a piece of paper to outline everything, and then all of a sudden I decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to pick up a piece of paper and I'm going to outline some stuff, and it made everything just so much easier. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pick a number, and I'm just scanning through here trying to see what number, I got them all in front of me. 48 is really kind of calling out to me. So, in pursuit of knowledge, in the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. It's funny, I was thinking about this one the other day. In the practice of the Tao, every day something is dropped. Less and less do you need to force things until finally you arrive at non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. True mastery can be gained by letting things go their own way. It can't be gained by interfering. So nice. It can't be gained by interfering. True mastery can be gained by letting things go their own way. It can't be gained by interfering. Okay, so this true in the pursuit of knowledge every day something is added. Like when you go to school, when you try and learn things, and this is there's so much of that going on in the social media world, in the world of self-help, in the world of it's just like bring on more information. The more information you have, the more you will know, right? This desire for the pursuit of knowledge, right? constant pursuit of like, I need more, I need more. There's just something that's missing. This this fear that something is missing, this fear that inside you there's something missing, and yet there is nothing missing within you. And in the pursuit of knowledge every day, something is added. And you're going out and you're adding and adding and adding, and there is no end to what can be added. There was a point at some point where you could have probably read all of the books, but that is increasingly becoming impossible. And as more and more authors are hitting the shelves today, and more comments, more and more things are being said, it's like you got to keep adding and adding and adding, and so many of those people are regurgitating what other people have done as well, and there's just more to add and more to add, and there's never a time where you're going to get to a place where if you are pursuing knowledge in which there will be nothing to do, nothing to pick up, nothing to learn. There's always more, always more. In the practice of the Tao, every day something is dropped. And this was great for me in my recovery and in the work that I've done, understanding that in order to practice this Tao thing, I had to be able to drop things. I had to be able to, when it says drop, I think I sum this up as I don't care, right? Like, now, that's not a heartless, cold thing. That is me kind of acknowledging that there's only so much that I can care about. There's only so much that can be cared for by me. So when we say, like, in the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is dropped. It's just like, well, how much do I really need this? How much do I really need this thing? How much do I really need this experience? How much do I really need to hold on to whatever this is? Right? So, in practicing the Tao, every day something is dropped. And it's wonderful to drop things. It's wonderful to get things off your plate, right? And when we look at in the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. You just add and add and add and add. And this is about something. This is about taking up space within your life. In the practice of the Tao, every day is dropped. So every day something is dropped. So that's something that's taking up space in your life that you can then drop. You can then step away from and say, you know what, I kind of don't care right now. And this isn't caring as apathy. This isn't I don't care because I'm apathetic. This is I don't care because I I can't control it. I don't care because there's only so much that I can care about. And every day we realize that we don't care about more and more and more things. We don't care, all the way down to we don't care in the most loving way possible if we were to die today. We get to a place where we can drop more and more and more every day. We don't care if we're taken advantage of. Of course we do if it's physical and all these things, but we won't be attracting those things, of course, if and then we get into a quagmire of a conversation there. But we mean, like, if something goes wrong, well, okay, let's be here and be present, and I can drop everything else. I can drop one thing to the next without having to worry about holding on to any of it. I can just be here. So if you have a number between 1 and 81 you would like to learn about, give me a step on up, and I take guests, and I want you to pick a number between 1 and 81. This is Tao of the Day. The Tao consists of 81 chapters. So would invite you. Her Majesty Abby's going to join me and pick a number. Her
Morning,
Majesty,
Martin John.
good morning. How are you doing, dear?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm feeling good, and just kind of going through the Tao here. It's always a wonderful.
We're
I love
good.
doing this, and
We're
uh,
good.
and some days like today I fly out kind of early, so I'm just getting on early and trying to get it done, and it's always nice to do it at different times of the day or at different times of the morning, because I don't do
That's
it in the afternoon. But
that's true. That's right. I
yeah,
love listening to you too. Very interesting and very deep. So my
yeah, we get
number today is 44.
44. Okay, let's reset really quick and go on to 44. Okay, fame or integrity? Which is more important? Money or happiness? Which is more valuable? Success or failure? Which is more destructive? If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never be truly fulfilled. If your happiness depends on money, you will never be happy with yourself. Be content with what you have, rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you.
Mm, wow.
Any thoughts? I mean, I'm sure there are plenty.
Right. Right. I think that this whole text that you read um tells you, it almost helps you to control your anxiety.
Yes, yes,
It does,
yeah.
because um, fame and integrity, money
Such a
and happiness,
success and failure.
success and failure. Integrity definitely would take before fame. You know,
It's
there's
funny how it just expresses it so clearly.
right.
Right? You could be going out of your way to try and get more followers and do all of this stuff, but when we start this chapter, fame or integrity, which is more important? It just puts it in this place of like, on it, it's not just like, oh, don't you want to be famous? It presents it in a very stark, sort of clear way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fame or integrity, which is more important? And then the money or happiness, which is more valuable? You think about like, oh, money has value, money has value. And it's like, in our society, happiness doesn't. But which is more valuable to you?
Wow. Wow. I mean, even in normal days, and witnessing the lives of people, witnessing how, especially very successful people, have so much anxiety.
Yes.
I'd almost like, the success even becomes so painful sometimes, because you have gotten to, and when I mean success in this statement, I am talking about the accumulation of material things.
Well, we
Okay.
also want to look at like, um this the next line, which is success or failure, which is more destructive, right? Like the way that this Tao
Mhm.
refers to each one of these: fame or integrity as important, money or happiness as valuable, success or failure as destructive.
Mhm.
So even when you say success,
Mhm.
yes, success looks a certain way, but any kind of success really could move you into a destructive state. Because
Exactly.
what does failure do for you other than really kind of toughen your resolve?
Mhm. 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 And I think that it also all depends on what somebody considered to be failure and what somebody considers to be success. Because um, failure is very, what do you say? What's the word? It's when you talk about failure, it's more perspective.
Right.
It's
Failure
more
is
based on
not
perspective.
failure is not having succeeded yet.
Right. Right.
And it doesn't have to do with a point. Just like success doesn't
Hmm.
have to do with a point in
Hmm.
time. It has to do with the grand thing, but we're constantly looking for those little successes. But the
Mm.
thing is we always look at those things of not yet. I interviewed somebody one time, and he had put it this way. It was like we give more, what's the word I'm looking for? We give more strife to people who have tried and not yet succeeded than
Hmm.
people who haven't tried at all.
Wow. Yeah.
This idea that if
Yeah.
you try something, oh, well, then
Mm.
you can fail. Yes, that's true. But
Mm-hmm.
we give more resistance to those people than people who haven't lifted a finger to do anything.
Mm. Wow. And that's so true. That is so true. So instead of looking at it in a way that at least this person tried.
Yes. And that's why when we look at this line of success or failure, which is more
Mm-hmm.
destructive, like people who have tried and not yet succeeded, that's productive. That is that
Right.
is that is absolutely productive.
Mm. Wow, wow. And then this text can go so many ways,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I have witnessed people that have reached the point of success that society wants them to be, and happiness is lost, and they
Yes.
suffer their success. And one thing I also realize is that when you get to a certain point in your life, a certain point in what society deem as success, and you do not begin to turn inward to find that peace, you become self-destruct.
Yes.
I think that as time goes on, for me myself, I realize that as I keep going, keep going in my life in terms of what success means in society and to me as well, I realize that it gets to a point and you look at it and you're like, what the hell am I doing?
That's right.
What
Like,
the
why am
like
I
at
moving
the
in
end
this
of yeah,
direction?
yeah. At the
You
end
know,
of the day, what is more important to me? Is it the happiness? And of course, yes, it's the peace and happiness.
but we can get caught up in this pursuit of fame, money, and success. We can get caught up in this pursuit of doing things, and we don't even like it. I mean, I don't know how much you know about me, but I'm coming out of addiction, and so I talk about
Mm-hmm.
recovery a lot. And one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that I posted yesterday on Instagram and on my social was a quote that I say, which is asking the question, do I like that I'm doing this, can clear up a lot of
Mm.
confusion. Do I like that I'm moving towards fame, or that I'm trying to move towards success? Do I like that I am under the influence of society?
Mm. Wow.
Do I like that? Because if I don't have to change right now. But I but
Mm.
it is a good idea to recognize that I don't like it.
Wow. Wow. That's profound because, most often we don't really think about what we like. It's more about trying to catch up.
That's right. We as it relates to addiction, we separate what we want and what we like. Because when I was an addict, I know I wanted drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, and tobacco, and gambling, and all of these things. I wanted those things, but I was doing
Mm.
those things way longer than I liked doing them. And I
Hmm.
didn't like them for a long time. And when you're talking about fame or integrity or money or
Mhm.
happiness, like if you don't focus on what it is you like, you could find yourself 20 years down the line running towards success that you don't even like.
What a waste of time.
Right? Like, how long?
Right.
We end up doing that, and then it moves into this next line. If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never be truly fulfilled.
Hmm. Of course. Of course. And that usually happens so much in relationships, in love lives,
Mm,
where people go into it and also wanting to suck or derive happiness from the other person. You
yes.
will never be fulfilled.
No. And
Mm.
and even if you look at, like fame, money, success, all of that relies on other people.
Yeah.
Money doesn't mean anything if nobody else is around.
Mm.
Because in order for you to gain from your money,
Mm.
it was funny. One time I knew a grade school teacher once who asked her class, what would happen if you found a treasure chest full of gold? And all of her children said, I'd go to goldforcash.com or something. They would trade it in for money. And they was like, wait, you're missing the point, right? Like they it's all like in their minds, the only thing of value is
It's
money.
money.
And it's like here you have a golden treasure chest, right? And it's like I'm gonna trade it in for American dollars. Like, whoa, like
Hmm.
you have
What
been
were
so
you gonna buy with those dollars?
right. Yeah, like what is like and it's all about like hoarding, right? It's all about like the
Right.
thinking about I just want to hoard it, just like all of the other rich people. We just want to have the money to be rich because then we have fame. But which is more important, fame or integrity? What is you where does like are you going to do anything for your community? Are you going to like what is it that you're here for?
Right.
Money
I-
means nothing without other people.
right. Uh, That's perfectly true. It's almost like we're chasing our tail,
That's
trying to
right.
look for the center.
And then it says if your happiness depends on money, you will never be happy with yourself.
Mm. Wow. Wow. It's all about the kind of relationship we have with other things.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And well, maybe it's all about the relationship we have with ourselves.
Mm.
Because there may
Wow.
not there may not be other things, right? Other
Mm.
things may just be distractions. Because when what it continues to say is be content with what you have and rejoice in the way things are. When you
Wow.
realize when you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. If the world
Wow.
belongs to you when there is nothing lacking, what do you need money for? What do you
Exactly,
need
right?
fame for? What do you need success for? The whole world belongs to you.
Wow. That's so profound. It speaks so much. Mm. It's all about the mindset. It's all about the mindset, how you want to create your reality. Because, yeah, of course, if the whole world belongs to you, what else do you need? Like, seriously.
Yeah, why do you need any fame? Well, what is fame going to give you?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the big question. What is this going to give me?
What is the goal? What is the end
Yeah, what
result?
the end result? Like, and and here when we talk about, if you look to others for fulfillment, you'll never be truly fulfilled. If your happiness depends on money, you'll never be happy with yourself.
Mm.
How
You know,
what when you realize there is nothing lacking, well, what does that mean? You are truly fulfilled, you're happy with yourself, and there's nothing lacking.
mm.
Everything is here right now, and the whole world belongs to you.
Wow. When I was young, I used to dream about the fact that when I grow old, I will buy a whole can of milk, evaporated milk, and then I'm gonna pour it on my oatmeal, and then I'm gonna eat it. Like that was my goal. Now I sit here, I can't even drink milk. Like, it's just.
You just cut out. I do have someone in line, but I'd love to bring you back up to land that because I did love that. All right. Lois, we'll be with you in a moment. Milk.
All right. So
Continue.
yeah, I wanted to get to that point. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get money one day. I'm gonna buy a whole can of evaporated milk. I'm gonna pour it on my oatmeal and eat it. And
Yeah.
now I sit here. I can buy all the milk I want, but I can't even eat it.
Wow. How profound. What a beautiful thought, right? Like,
Yeah. And another one also. I always told myself, when I get, and that was not, when I get money, I'm gonna buy this bed that I can sleep on it, and then this curve your spine and all that. And truthfully, I prefer to sleep on the floor
mm, yeah, I need very, very firm. I need a
because my
very,
back.
yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. Yep. Me
So
too.
yeah, like you said, what is the end goal? What is the motive? Is it for you or is it for what?
Yeah. Like what,
Standards.
like, when you like that milk so much, when you like that, when it's like, is this what you like? Or is this something that's been kept from you? Or is this something, and are you under the influence? Are you under the influence of other people saying, this is what a bed is supposed to be? This is what oatmeal's supposed to be. This is what like, you can't have that much milk in your oatmeal. And then so you all of a sudden live under the influence of that rule and are like, I need more milk in my oatmeal,
Right.
right? So you're
God.
living under the influence. And this is where, like,
Mm.
if you look to others, or if you look outside of yourself for fulfillment, you will never be truly fulfilled.
Oh my God.
And you can't hold on to the same ideas, right? Like, as you grow,
Mhm,
as you change, like, your ideas are going to change, just like with your milk. Like, yeah, okay,
mhm.
today I can buy all the milk I want, but
I can't
it's
eat
like,
it.
yeah, I can't eat it. It's like being in the middle of the ocean. Water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Yeah. So then
Oh,
it just make at that particular moment when I was craving it, did I even pay attention to the fact that what is it doing to my body? Like what is
right.
how my body's reacting to it? No, but actually just the shiny object is what I was chasing.
Yes. Yes. And we're doing that all the time. And in 6 months, it's not going to matter at all. Or in a year later down the line, whenever, when I can, it's not going to matter. It's all changing all the time.
Hmm. I was once with he's passed away. I had a friend who was 98 years old, and he lost his wife, and he will always tell me, hold your family's hand, hold your daughter's hand, hold your mother's hand. He says, I did not remember to do that until I lost it. Like,
Yeah.
this man is like he's got what everything he needs. Like he does not need any money. He is rich. He makes money. But
Yeah.
here he lives in a small apartment, and all he tells me, enjoy your family because the days pass quickly.
Yes. It's important to know what's important.
Yeah. Yes, that sums it all. It's important to know what is important. But then, as I sit here, I'm thinking, right now I have gone so way far further in my life. Now, my children, I need to start really impacting this because they are so driven, especially my oldest. She's so driven that sometimes I wonder whether she's just doing it because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being driven, but then
No.
I could see some of the anxiety and some of the stress she has. So here I said thinking, we need to have a talk and make sure that she's doing this for her.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna are you on Instagram?
Yes, I am on Instagram. Are you on it? Let me follow you on
Yeah,
Instagram. Let's
follow
see.
me on Instagram and shoot me a message, and I will send this text to you so you can sit down with her and read through it.
That would be great. That would be amazing. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to switch you out for Lois,
Okay.
and then
All
we're
right.
going to continue. Thank you so much, Your Majesty. And Lois is coming up. My girl Lois, how you doing, girl?
Yes, Martin. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Oh, are you quiet today? You doing all right?
Yeah, because I'm in the
Oh,
house. Because I'm in the house. I
uh,
told you.
yeah, I
And I feel
know.
like going out to the car right now. Number
Okay, well
10.
we're gonna keep it down today.
Okay, number 10.
It's an early morning. What do you got for me?
10.
10?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna look at 10. We're gonna continue looking at that other. Can you hold Lois, hold on.
Uh,
Can you
okay.
hold on to your ego and stay focused on Tao? Can you relax your quiet now? Can you relax your body and mind and brace yourself? Wait, did we to read this one? No.
No, we did. We did not do number
Okay.
10.
Can
This
you
is my
relax
first
your
time.
mind and body but brace yourself for a new life? Can you check yourself and see past what's in front of your eyes? Can you be a leader and not try to prove you're in charge? Can you deal with what's happening by letting it happen? Can you forget what you know and understand what's real? Starting a new job and seeing it through, having things without holding on to them, doing the job without expecting anything, delegating authority without giving orders. That's the way you do it.
Beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yeah. And that's a
I'm
big,
in. I am in line. I am in line. That
yeah,
makes me feel so good because I do this with you talking every day, and like I said, I have my challenges, but like I said, I don't try to control nothing or nobody except my vibrations.
that's right.
You know, and I'm always in charge of somebody or something, or
Mm.
because that's just my role, the role I play. that, and I
Yeah.
understand it's just the role I play in my family, a role I play with my friends. It's a role I play, you know, with whoever. So with strangers. So my thing is that I just be and allow them to be and help them when I can and whatever. But let's decide. This was good. This was good. Made me know that I'm back. I'm back, Martin.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Wait,
wanted to call. I
you
wanted to call
see,
you. I started to call you yesterday and say, "Hey, that was like so on point because I was able to keep my head when all about them were losing theirs and blaming it on me, and things
hmm,
worked out really well, and I didn't have to fake and hide and close myself off to the world."
yeah, that's
Because
important. It's important because
so go
like
ahead. Let's like
when you're out there, whatever that means to you, right? When you're out there, meaning like, under the influence of other stuff, and you could very well be at your buddy's house and be under
hmm
the influence of like, oh, I got to be nice, I got to be this, I got to be that, I got to be me,
I
I got to
was.
who they think, yeah. But
I
like,
was.
but when you can, but like, but that's the whole thing is like, but we need you here in a new way. And you have to recognize, we all have to recognize that being here right now
hmm
is not, is there's no preconceived idea of what that is. We have to just be here as we are right now. And this one starts out, can you hold on to your ego and still stay focused on the Tao? Can you hold on to that? Can you be like, okay, this is who I am, but there is a bigger thing going on,
Yes.
and can I stay focused on that bigger thing? Can
And
you
that was
relax your, this next line is one that I read recently with, I think it
hmm
was with Julie. And can you relax your mind and body and brace for a new life? Can like your mind and body, they don't change, right? Like really
hmm
quickly, like those things change slower, but it, but the world around you is changing so quickly, and yes, you can change quick, but like, can you relax your mind and body into that change but still brace yourself for a new life? And I love the idea that it's like, this is duality. This is you like letting go and like firming up. Like
hmm
if you
It's
ever,
like letting go and holding on at the same time.
that's right, holding on to you, but
hmm
letting go
Go
of
of
the
all the
identity,
pretense.
all
Yes.
the pretense, all the things like in at the end, I am going to be me. And right now I am going to lose a big part of that identity. And so like
And
that's
yes.
such a big line.
It's so beautiful. That's so
Yeah.
beautiful. I love that because that's where I am. I'm
Hmm.
learning to let go and just be and not hold any. Well, I learned a long time ago I didn't have no control. There was illusion. Okay, that's if I hadn't, I wouldn't have got well. Okay,
Right.
so it's like now it's just trying to in this newness in the last like 5, 6 years, just sitting in it, and then this newness since I've been on this app because since there's a lot of changes in this last year. So it's like, can I maintain the vibration in any circumstance? And this was the ultimate test.
Yeah.
And and God is good. I'm gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say. Is God is good,
Oh,
and
yeah.
His mercy is enduring, and His grace is enduring, and I'm able to still maintain me without getting upset or let somebody push my buttons.
And
Okay, because that's
that's what this next line says, right? Which is, can you check yourself and see past what's in front of your eyes?
oh
Just
hell
because
yeah.
just because what's in front of your eyes looks like you're being disrespected. Just because what's in front of your eyes looks like it's not going to work out. Just because what's in front of your eyes looks like something, that doesn't mean that that's true. It may appear that way,
Hmm.
but in order for you to get through it, you're going to have to check yourself. Can
Yeah,
you check
because
yourself?
and the whole thing is when you look at it the way it appears, it's you kind of you trying to figure out. Let me get mad to get out of this situation. Let me do this to
Mm-hmm.
get out instead of just saying, okay, I'm not comfortable here anymore. I want out. Okay,
Right.
it's a big ass difference, and I don't need to make an argument. I don't need to do all that kind of stuff. I
Yeah, and
just,
you're out there trying to be clever. You're
you
out there
know,
trying to out you know outdo life. You're trying to
uh,
like you're trying to swindle life around you. But it's like, no, no, no,
it's
no,
called
no.
Let What's that song way from back? Let it be, let it be.
Let it
Okay,
be, let it be.
you remember that song?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I have to just I'm letting it be, and it comes where it just things just when I let go yesterday, because yesterday I was
Yeah.
kind of like 3 days of this. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
when
it
I
doesn't
let
take
go
much.
yesterday, it it did something, But it was also not just let go of the situation. It was let go of the grief that I picked up from
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, because
Mm.
that was riding my ass.
Oh, it'll do that, girl. It'll
And
do
then
that.
having the anniversary, definitely coming here and having to have the dinner. Now tomorrow is today is the tonight is karaoke and all this kind of stuff with the family again. So I'm in a different place than I was when at the dinner, you
Yeah.
know. And I understand everybody got the emotions all. Everybody is mixed emotions because my daughter meant a lot to everybody. So it's having it to feel like I'm walking into a emotional minefield,
Yeah.
and I don't know whether do I say this, do I not say this. I'm good with this, but are they good with this?
Hmm.
And then not, right now I'm not. If they're good with it, fine. If they ain't good with it, fine. I'm fine.
That's right. Then
That's
that's
where I'm at.
yeah. That's such a big thing because that's what this next line then says, right? Which is, can you be a leader and try not to prove you're in charge? Like you don't have to
Mm,
tell them it's okay.
mhm,
You don't have to guide them through it. You can be you and
mhm,
lead them to wherever they need to go, however they need to get there, but not by being in charge, by just
mhm.
being,
Right.
and you
And I
don't
don't
have.
want and I don't want nobody to act with. Well, you got to
That's
do
right.
this around Lois because Lois says, I want everybody to be who they are. That's why we're going to sing karaoke.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah, we get to get a little crazy.
everybody just every all the pretense can fall away.
Yes, exactly. While we're playing, sitting at dinner, that was not a good. I think that's why I carried some of that stuff because there's so many mixed. Oh my God, mixed energies, and
Yeah.
I was tired. So remember, I told you I don't
Mm-hmm.
usually leave the
Yeah.
house in a halt state. But I was tired, but I couldn't not be there because my oldest daughter planned it, and all my family
No.
was coming. So it was like I was sitting there tired.
Yeah. Now you
And
got
when
an
I'm tired,
obligation.
yes, and I had obligations, so I had to deal with the mixed energies and the being tired at the same time, trying not to allow it to come in and and to affect how I was. But it did,
Yeah.
probably because
Of
I was
course.
trying not to, because I was
Right.
resisting,
That's right.
and I
Yeah.
recognized what I did. And then yesterday I realized what I had done, and then I allowed myself to let go of all preconceived notions, of all presuppositions, of all what might happen because it happened in the past, and just let it flow. And when I did that, hey, it was gravy yesterday. I got rest, I got peace, I didn't feel pressured, you know. Just so it's man, when you shift your attitude, you change it changes things. And like I
Yeah.
said, yes, I just needed to talk because I hadn't been on the app too.
Right. Yeah.
I just need to talk, and I appreciate you for that. I love Dollar Day for that because that gave me a stepping off point to see what was happening in my psyche to
Right.
know. And now I'm back to the ones I usually get, the one that show me that I'm balanced.
Yeah.
Okay, because yesterday showed me I was off like a motherfucker. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real.
There we go.
I was off yesterday and yesterday morning, and I usually don't wake up in an off mode. I don't
Yeah.
get to that, maybe later in the day I might get a little, but no, I don't wake up like that. And yesterday I woke up like that, so I knew I had to deal with it. But I appreciate you, and like I said, next time I'm gonna call. I got your number. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call you and say, hey, thank you, man. I
You
appreciate
yeah,
that.
you know, my door's open,
I know
you're
you
my
gave me the
people.
number. I got the number,
Good,
but
good,
yes,
good.
next time but I said I ain't gonna, I don't want to bother Martin.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
next time the inclination comes to say, call him and thank him right now. I'm gonna call you, thank you right now because that really yesterday it I got a shift. That's why I like
Good.
this app.
Yeah.
I just needed to talk and hear what I was saying, and then I
Mhm.
was able to shift it. But I was holding it inside, and I wasn't able to even look at it different.
Right.
So thank you, Martin. I love you, man. I think you remind
Yeah.
me of my older brother, even though you're younger. You
You've
remind me of my
mentioned,
older
yeah.
brother because my older brother is a deep think. I know he's alive. He's in San Diego somewhere. I did
Yeah.
another search because I'm always looking for him, and he don't know it, but I'm always looking for my brother. Okay, but
Yeah.
yeah, you remind me of him, and yesterday I was like, oh, Martin was my big brother yesterday. That's why. So I just wanted to give you that props. I love you, man,
Well,
and
I
thank
love
you
you.
so much for being consistent with the dial. And I'm gonna miss you when you go on your retreat, but
Yeah,
I want to
it's
hear
gonna be
about it.
hard. It's gonna be hard for me to step away from as well. Like for a lot of reasons. Like one, there's like fear and there's all this kind of stuff. Not just but just because consistency gives you that touchstone. It's like you have that
But you
touchstone every day.
But you got your consistency people. The
Oh yeah,
consistent people that are gonna help you get back on track. And the
that's
thing
right.
is, you're
That's right.
doing this. You got to remember, we all got to go through our. We
Yeah,
went through our wilderness. This is not the wilderness. This is now the pilgrimage. Because we
yeah,
all gonna go through a wilderness when we first coming into the light, and then once we're into the light and we grow, after we grow and come into ourselves, then we're still on a pilgrimage. Okay,
yeah,
mine is to the south of France. Yours is to a dark chamber.
yeah,
Julie's is to shit across the country on a bicycle.
yeah.
What
Hers
the
is to the
hell?
open
Whew.
wilderness, right? Like
Yeah,
she is her pilgrimage.
that's
Her
deep.
pilgrimage is into the wilderness.
To me that's like I admire her because I ain't the one. I need cover of shade of
Yep.
and it
You know,
rains there too.
when I was out there and I was homeless, like being without four walls.
Hmm.
Four walls, man. It's so
I
important.
look, I was look, we weren't completely out because I had a car, but
Yeah. Mm.
that was enough. I mean, and this is all because I got sick. It wasn't because I was out doing it, because I got
Yeah.
sick, and
Yeah.
nobody could help me with a daughter. I had a
Right.
teenager. Nobody wanted to
Mm.
take us in, and it wasn't nothing wrong with Sharente. Usually Sharente.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was no, she was like it was a boy, but yeah, didn't give me the help. But I know what it's like, and I know I don't like that feeling. Not
No.
especially voluntarily go do a shit on that.
No. I'm telling you, Jesus,
But anyway, I love you, Martin, and
love you too.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Well, I'll be
Hopefully,
around. I'll be
if I'm
around.
up,
Well, I'm not
if
going to be
Lewis is
getting up
up.
this early. I'm not going to be getting on this early tomorrow, but I appreciate it. I'll be more normal tomorrow.
Oh no, you all good anytime you come.
All
Okay,
right.
bye.
Bye bye, love. Oh, it's so wonderful to be sharing all of this with so many. beautiful people. Each and every one of you is such a joy for me. I'm going to go back to 18. Um, Actually, I think I'm on 18 here. When the great Tao is forgotten. No. Was I 48? Did I pick 48? I don't remember what number I picked this morning. I think it was 48, not 18. In the pursuit of knowledge, yes, every day something is added. You're constantly adding and adding and adding something in your life. In the practice of the Tao, every day something is dropped. You know, it is also important to check out these two words, in pursuit of knowledge. So you're pursuing knowledge. You're always going to add something because you're pursuing something. In the practice of the Tao, the interesting thing here is that you just practice it. It is not the pursuit of the Tao. It is the practice of the Tao. Every day something is dropped. Less and less do you need to force things. When you practice the Tao, you don't have to force anything until finally you arrive at non-action, do nothing. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. And I know that can seem paradoxical, but when you have nothing to do, that which you do is enough. Like we were talking earlier with Her Majesty, like when you realize nothing is lacking. True mastery can be gained by letting things go their own way. It can't be gained by interfering. And yet, true mastery in the pursuit of knowledge is all about interfering. It's all about looking and observing and defining and putting things into categories. And when we do that, we don't really gain true mastery. We gain some sense of understanding a small aspect of it. I know there's that one Tao that talks about the ancient masters were so profound that we can really only describe their appearance because we can't understand their why. And that's what this is addressing a little bit. True mastery in understanding or being or what have you can be gained by only by letting things go their own way. It can't be gained by interfering. You know, when your friends are somewhere, when you talk about, when Lois comes up and talks about her friends and are just like, oh God, I can't, this negativity, negativity, negativity. But true mastery of that isn't going to be about trying to teach, isn't going to be gained by trying to get her friends or her family or whatever to think positively, but it's going to be achieved by letting things go their own way. Because she's not going, like in this last line, it can't be gained by interfering. And like by yesterday when we were talking, she was just like, I try to keep staying positive and like tell them about positive things and stuff. And they saw her as being argumentative. And she's like, no, I'm not, like, because I'm just trying to make a point. And but then at some point she can let it all go. At some point she can let these things go their own way. And then everybody else will step up to it, you know. You don't you don't try and nudge them to step on the line. You draw the line and let them step up to it on their own. All right. So that was three different Taos, 44, 48, and 10. Thank you, Lois. Thank you, Her Majesty. And I am so excited to continue doing Tao of the Day tomorrow. I'm going to be wrapping up today. I am Martin John Garcia, the recovery mentor. I host the Recover Yourself podcast. I also do workshops, which there are none on the calendar at the moment because I have, as Lois and I were talking about, a dark retreat coming up at the end of this month where I'll be gone for about 10 days. And Tao of the Day will cease for about 2 weeks. And then I will be back with Tao of the Day. But for now, I am here for you. If you ever wanted to come up and pick a number between 1 and 81, I'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, love you guys. So appreciative of wisdom and your listening and everything that we do together. You guys are great. The Tao is great. I am great. You are great. The earth is great. The sun is great. Everything is great. And I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful day today, enjoying yourself, enjoying the Tao, enjoying everything that you're surrounded by. So yeah, if you're ever interested in working together, reach out to me on Instagram. I take a limited number of one-on-one clients every month. And until next time, keep recovering yourself.